Welcome down the news scroll hole. Today I wanted to touch on the Watts family annihilation, Chris Watts' mistress, and some more things that I found fascinating about the case as we researched. So I sort of came up with a new theory, but it was very draining because it's
Dark.
If you're new here, welcome to News Scroll Hole, where we've been basically covering the Watts family annihilation and more getting into other theories of videos that Shannan Watts had posted while she was on vacation just a week or so before the annihilation of her, who was pregnant. I think she was 18 weeks pregnant, and their daughter Bella, who was 4, and their daughter Celeste, who was 3, allegedly strangled and suffocated by Chris Watts over his girlfriend, Nichol Kessinger. So let's break it down. We're going to be picking up in the Chris Watts' second confession. He was already in prison at this time, and the law enforcement asked him if he had planned on harming himself after what he did. This is what was said next.
So what made you not do that, do you think?
I don't know if it was just more of like a, because with the site, maybe it was just more of like, I would have hurt more people than just me and everybody else. Like, I know there was other people out there, not like at the site, but other people like maybe out in the area. Like, I didn't want something like on the site to catch fire and blow up, and then other people around would get hurt in the same.
So you were thinking initially about starting a fire out there or an explosion or something, or?
Just no, not for that. Just like maybe I could just take care of myself and that would have been it.
Wow. Okay, so what I took from that was that, well, if you guys watch our videos, you know that our last video was about some information that I found out about the evidence, quote unquote, that they have against Chris Watts. So check that out. But who else thinks that was crazy what he just said? If he had no feeling about Shannan and the girls, right, and he could do that, then why would he care about anything else? Or anybody else's life for that matter? And then, guys, do you watch the videos? If you don't, you should check them out because we talk about a lot of different aspects of things with Chris Watts and his mental state at the time. But he was on suicide watch. And while I was in there, he was seeing black demon shadow figures. He was in a very dark place. So what held him back? I just find it fascinating that he was concerned for the welfare of the people around the site. Comment your thoughts below. And that was really suspect with the gas cans. Is he afraid to tell what was really happening? Now we're going to get into the other part of it, and I want you guys to think real hard about what he's saying. So take note of this. Let's keep it going, shall we? And as we go, I'm going to give you our new theory.
Did that happen with Bella right in that room?
Not in front of her.
What happened?
She walked in as, she talked about she was sleeping.
Mm-hmm. Did you take her back to her room?
Put Shannan in that sheet and found the site.
Okay. And what?
Carried her downstairs.
Okay, so now Chris Watts is asked, what did Bella do? And he claims that he gets real quiet, and he claims she walked in the room and asked, Shannan was sleeping? And then the detective says, well, did you bring her back to bed? continues on. Then he continued to wrap Shannan in the sheet and carry her down the stairs. Let's say Shannan weighed 130 or 140 pounds in an alive state, right? Did you ever hear of dead weight? Well, dead weight is like picking up someone that's faint or dead and trying to carry them. Because let's say she weighs 140 pounds, I think she'd be double or triple that. The difference between lifting someone who's dead weight and just a regular person is that when you're being lifted and you're alive, you are contracting your muscles so you feel lighter. First he says Bella walked in as. So what does that mean? Then he goes on to say they woke back up. So how would he have time to not only murder both children and carry dead weight down the stairs and lift her into the truck without any assistance? Comment your thoughts below. Or were Bella and Celeste murdered? Just remember, Nichol Kessinger, the mistress, her phone pinged in Frederick near where this house is, and she had her friend leave Jim alone, conveniently staying over her house at the time of the murders. She has no alibi. From my research, it says 90% of the time the best predictor of domestic violence is past behavior. Let's keep going.
Back my truck up.
At that point, were the girls still there? Okay. So then Shannan's in the truck. Then went back to the house.
We got everybody back in the truck.
Was Bella first or was Cece first?
In the truck.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So Shannan was first, and then Bella was next. Was Bella alive when you guys got in the truck? Oh, okay. What happened?
I woke back up.
Okay.
I don't really want to talk about this part, honestly.
Okay.
When Chris Watts says that the girls were alive and he's choked up and the officer asks him what happened, he said they woke back up, right? He thought they were dead. Is the reason Chris Watts doesn't really want to fight this? It sounds like he thought they were dead, right? How would he have time to have done all of this, right? Shannan was pregnant as well. She had no bruises on her body, guys, except for a mark on her neck. So he did not drag her down the stairs. She would have had injuries on her head, her back, rug burns or bruising. None of that. She only has the mark on her neck, and they all have ethanol in their bloodstream. So if Chris Watts was to try to carry her, but she was too heavy, then drag her down the stairs, she would have had scrapes, rug burns, but she had none of that. So who helped him? Question mark.
Those are my kids. It's my baby. I have to talk to them every night. I help see them.
Okay.
Every time I see pictures of them, I don't know how this could have happened. Being a dad was the best part of my life. I took it all away.
I think that's the hardest part for us, Chris, is we see those videos, we see that love that you had for your girls. Like, it's obvious to us, and even to us, it's hard for us to understand how a dad who's given piggyback rides and, you know, making snacks and watching princess movies and those kinds of things, how you get to that point, you know?
I don't know. Just, like I said, it was just like something else was controlling me that day. I had no control over what I was like to fight back.
Yeah.
Like when that prosecutor said that Bella bit her tongue, like repeatedly, I just wanted to just bang my head up against the wall.
Okay, so what we've learned thus far is that Chris Watts decided he wasn't going to blow up CERVI 319, which I think is pretty obvious to most of us, that since there was already a problem with a leak at the oil batteries, which have highly noxious fumes that can kill someone instantly, and or highly flammable, and cause a huge explosion. And what is Chris Watts clearly? The one thing we can clearly see that Chris Watts did was put a gas can in the back of the pickup. Then the other thing we learned was that he is very emotional talking about Bella. It just seems very odd that one person, no matter how much he worked out, unless he was on some type of plant-based hallucinogen or was huffing fumes from
Anadarko,
that it would be physically possible for him to carry dead weight down the stairs and get her into the truck when she was pregnant without having any bruises, contusions, head injuries, or anything. The only thing Shannan Watts had on her body was a mark on her neck. Then we have the mistress's phone pinging that morning. She has no alibi for her whereabouts the evening of. They could have been talking on the phone for that 111-minute conversation from room to room in the house. From a burner cell to gym. Anadarko has been in many scandals and lawsuits. So now would it be a far jump to say, since Nichol Kessinger's stepmommy was Chris Watts' boss, that was he high on fumes and it was suggested to him under a hypnotic state to blow up CERVI 319? Or was he forced into? Did someone come in and murder his wife and the girls, still using some type of plant-based drug that is undetectable in the system and it gives superhuman power? Or were they huffing ethanol, the fumes that come out of the batteries, using it to drug the girls? Comment below if you think that Chris Watts by himself, with both girls and Shannan pregnant, would be able to carry that dead weight or get her down the stairs and into the truck in a fashion that she would have 0 marks on her body besides a mark on her neck. And also, is it sus that since
Anadarko,
who was bought out by a company called
Occidental,
Dental, like the Oxys in North Carolina that Chris claims he drugged Shannan with to kill the baby, quote unquote, but was it really to take her out there so that he could leave the children with the grandparents and go mourn the loss of his wife, quote unquote, and run off with his mistress? Or was Chris Watts, since he had worked at Anadarko for so long, did someone target him, knowing that he was weak-minded and did what people told him? He's not a people pleaser. He's a worker bee. He just does what he's told, like a super soldier. So was Chris Watts and Shannan Watts literally targeted and used specifically to blow up CERVI 319 and use Shannan, Bella, and Celeste and baby Nico as some type of ancient mystery religion ritual? Question mark. I also want to note that the side effect of inhaling or getting anywhere near noxious fumes from a oil battery are severe headaches and vomiting. What was at the site at CERVI 319? Vomit. And who was feeling sick? Oh, that's right, Nichol Kessinger. Yeah, I can't eat. Nothing's been staying down. Interesting. Comment your thoughts below on that. And also the fact that her stepmom was Chris Watts' boss. And that Anadarko was bought out one year to the day almost by Occidental Petroleum. I'm going to link in the comment section below a video that we did on oil and what it is and what it means spiritually and what it means to the Native Indians and the people who love Mother Earth. Nichol Kessinger, Chris Watts' mistress, is a geologist. So the video I'm going to link below is necessary to watch if you want to have understanding of what's happening here and more about
Anadarko.
just very strange, right, guys? This is all allegedly. This is all just theory. This is all just us talking about the case and commenting on it. Everything we discuss here on this platform is public knowledge. So it's New Scroll Holes theory. It's based on true events. This is all allegedly, guys, and for entertainment purposes only. So leave your comments below. If you like this video, comment below. Comment your thoughts on all of this. What do you think? Subscribe, like this video to get it in the algorithm. And to help assist push this message out so that we can continue making videos for you guys.